Welcome back to Daytime, everyone. Imagine being unemployed for 9 months and finally a job offer comes your way. Great! You're ready to celebrate. But wait, not yet. First you have to pass the background check and they have to pull your credit. What if it's not great? Could that affect the job? Credit expert Rodney Anderson is here to talk more about this, and he is also the author of Credit 911. Rodney, good to have you here.
Well, it's great to be here.
Are employers actually doing this, pulling your credit? Ugh.
Yeah, nearly 50% of employers are actually pulling credit, and it's important to know and for people to do are when people have these things on their credit or they've had issues in the past. I want a story that says what happened, why did it happen, and why won't it happen again? If you've been unemployed for 9 months, you need to be upfront with your employer and tell them, hey, this has caused me credit issues, which could include bankruptcy, divorce issues, could include foreclosures, and a whole lot more. So if you're honest with employers up front, then the chances of you getting that job are much better.
How do you pull yourself out of that hole? If your score is pretty low and you want to get it back up quickly, what are some easy things you can do?
Well, one thing that you can do is by reestablishing your credit through what's called secured credit cards. This is where you deposit $300 with the credit card company. They in turn give you a credit card back for $300. What will end up happening is you want to make sure that you're using the secured credit cards that report to all three bureaus. But it proves that you start paying people back on time. Don't just get one. I recommend that you get 2 or 3 pieces, because remember, when you're reestablishing credit, for every negative item on your credit, you need a positive item on your credit.
Can credit or employers, we know they can pull your credit, but can they legally say you're not getting the job because your credit is bad?
Absolutely, they sure can. There was a bill in the United States House that was trying to prevent this, but that bill did not go through. So it seems like it's really unfair, but you got to remember, as an employer looking at you, they want to make sure that your phone isn't ringing because of bill collectors. They want to make sure that as an employee, we don't check our financial issues at the door. We bring them into the office, and it affects our daily work habits.
If you just pay the minimum each time your credit card bill comes in, does that affect your credit score?
It doesn't affect your credit, but it will never really help your credit, because 30% of your credit rating is called capacity. And what that means is how much do you owe on a credit card versus how much is the line of credit. So if you have a $1,000 credit card and you owe $800, you're at 80% capacity. By just making the minimum payments, you're never really going to pay down your capacity, so your credit will never improve right away.
How can a medical bill affect your credit?
Very passionate about this, because I have a bill actually in the U.S. House of Representatives that just passed, and it's in the Senate. And I've seen where a $23 medical collection can drop your credit score 137 points. And then you go and say, hey, I just found out about it and I'm willing to pay it. But then you pay it and it stays on your credit report for 7 years. So what my bill does is it moves the waiting period from 7 years to 45 days, and this bill can actually help 92.5 million people.
Oh my goodness. Okay, let's talk about something it's an epidemic. We've got foreclosures, we've got short sales. If somebody finds himself in that position, what is that doing to their credit?
It's damaging your credit for long periods of time. In fact, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac just came out with a new policy stating that if you have a foreclosure, you're not eligible for a new mortgage for 7 years.
Well, what the heck are people supposed to do? Rent for the next 7 years?
You're going to have to rent for a while, but here's what happens. It's important when you've had the negative, like the foreclosures, the short sales, start reestablishing your credit right away. Start paying people back, proving that you are somebody that can handle credit again, because how I view this country is we have way too many statistics, including rising unemployment, rising foreclosures, divorces, and a whole lot more. And what I really want people to get when they read my book is, hey, if you're another statistic, if you failed, then I failed in giving you information.
Okay, well, the information comes in the form of Credit 911. Credit expert Rodney Anderson, thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
And let's stay debt-free, shall we? Hey, when we come back, the search is on.